Mission accomplished. Is a Ottawa Senator. So in the last video, when I walked up to the podium and I made my draft selection, I accidentally said the city of Arizona. I'm a stupid Canadian. I was nervous. The whole draft was looking at me. There was GMs everywhere. I panicked. This could be a franchise-altering episode. We have one of these every maybe 2 or 3 times per series, and this is going to be a big one. What's going on, and welcome to Free Agent Frenzy here with your Ottawa Senators. After missing the playoffs just by the hair of our chinny chin chins, literally 1 point, Bobby Ryan did us so dirty. I'm still not over it. We have a lot of work to do, and we could see our team kind of change a little bit here. So I was going over the comments over the last couple days. I really wanted to get everyone's initial thoughts. I also talked to my assistant GMs of what we should do, and I think the general consensus is we are in a win now mode. Absolutely. We have some things coming up in the works. Obviously, we have things like Manderville, which was a pretty popular selection from the city of Arizona. Man, I am a genius, but he's going to be maybe playing on the 4th line next year, maybe. I'm thinking he'll probably get 1 year in the A just to kind of, you know, play against some professionals here, get his first year of pro hockey under his belt, and then maybe he can take care of the 3rd line center for next year, or sorry, for the year after that. And then we got to figure out how we're going to work him into the lineup. But as of right now, I'm going to pencil him in the American Hockey League. So looking at our center core, and I want to bring up a comment here, and it comes from Brandon Barenfeld, of course. He says, if you are going to go sign a winger, go with youth and sign Mikko Rantanen. He's a left winger entering the prime of his career. With that being said, I don't see how you can pass up on a guy like Jack Hughes. He's only 22 years old, automatically makes your team way better down the middle with a 1-2 punch, something you haven't had all franchise mode long, which has hurt you. You can easily switch Hughes and White off for top line minutes or see who does better, or if you want, you can put Hughes on the wing as an experiment. In all honesty, you pretty much need to win right now given how this franchise mode has gone so far. Waiting for players to grow really isn't an option anymore, aside from Manderville, obviously. So go for Rantanen or Hughes. I'd say Hughes is preferred. Maybe make an offer to both of them and see which one will sign. Robbie Fabry is also an option, given the insane numbers he's put up. I don't think Kane or Tarasenko really fit the mold since they're both wingers and you're pretty set there. So I agree with that comment 100%. The thing is, we have $15 million to work with, and I would like to spread out the wealth a little bit. I like to spread out our money just a little bit. Now there's a few options here. So we have 15 million bucks. We could go get a guy like Robbie Fabry, who has been putting up really good numbers. He's 27 years old. He's going to be cheaper than what Jack Hughes is. But then again, there's that question of, if we go with another winger, is Nick Suzuki really going to be ready to play second line minutes? Just because of that contract he has at like 5 years, like $2 million, I'm just a little bit worried he's not going to jump up to the 86 or the 85 second line center, which we all hope and want. So with that being said, Robbie Fabry is a great option, 100%. And with Robbie Fabry, that gives us the option to maybe sign a defenseman as well. Maybe like a guy like Tyson Barrie, or I think there's even guys like Torrey Krug or Dmitry Orlov. There's kind of 2 options. You can go with Robbie Fabry and a defenseman, and then you can get kind of what you're looking for, but then again, there's still the question of the center depth. Or we can go all in for Jack Hughes, which is probably going to have to be like, I'm thinking like 11.8 even to get him to think about that. Plus that's for 6 years, but he is only 22. I'm really hoping he does have that big breakout year if he's our #1 go-to guy with Anthony Mantha and Colin White. That could be a nasty first line. There's a bunch of people saying, why don't you just go get Jack Hughes and put him on the wing? I like that idea a lot, but then again, going back to the center problem, is Nick Suzuki going to be ready for second line center minutes? I don't know. So I think the safe bet is to go with Jack Hughes. Robbie Fabry is in his prime, which is great, but 7 years, I mean, honestly, it's not even that bad of a contract considering he's a 80-point guy the past 2 years, 93 last year, just had an unbelievable year. And I think if we put him with a guy like Colin White and Anthony Mantha, that could be a really dangerous first line. I'm just looking at everyone else in this free agency pool. It's insane. Like Timo Meier, Vince Dunn, Justin Schultz, Dadonov, Hosang, Larson, Jason Zucker. There's just so many. Got guys like Gino and Killorn and Derek Brassard, and there's so many good players in free agency this year. It's ridiculous. Plus, look at the goalies. You got guys like Thatcher Demko and Tuukka Rask. How the hell is Vancouver going to survive? Now, if we do go with the Robbie Fabry, we can also upgrade our defense, which I definitely want to do. I want to get that elite top 4 guy because Johnny Tyconic, I'm really not sold on him, unfortunately. I know we got Jacob Bernard Docker, the Nard Dog, the Saint Bernard. Shout out to everyone who watches The Office. But our defense right now is going to be looking like this. If we go into next year, right now we got Jones, Thomas Chabot, we got Johnny Tyconic and Jacob Bernard Docker, the Nard Dog. And then we have Glenn Sumal and either Hirsch or Tyconic, whichever one we want to put there. Our top 2 is great. Our middle 2, that's a bit of a problem. I'd love a guy who's like 84, 85 overall to play alongside a guy like Jacob Bernard Docker or Lucas Hirsch. Now, Jacob Bernard Docker had 32 points last year in his rookie campaign. I'm pumped on this guy. I really hope he grows. Now, Johnny Tyconic, I'm not super sold on because he's been a minus player the past 2 years. Obviously, 2 years ago, we weren't great, but this year we were pretty good, and he kind of failed to impress me. He's 23 years old. He's 82 overall, listed as a top 4. I would love to trade Johnny Tyconic and prospects and picks for a legitimate top 4 guy, maybe a guy who kind of needs a cup, like, I don't know, off the top of my head, like PK Subban or something. So there's a few things I want to address, but I think everyone in the comments, all the assistant GMs want me to go after Jack Hughes. Now, it's a little bit sketchy because 3 years in the league has not yet hit the 70-point mark, although he is only 22. Going with a guy like Robbie Fabry, he's cheaper. We could probably get him at $9 million, and we know what we're going to be getting with him. Again, people tell me to go after Rantanen, $13 million. Obviously, he's worth it. Almost 100 points last year, multiple 90-point campaigns under his belt. Regardless, I think we should go after Jack Hughes and then potentially trade Johnny Tyconic for a top 4 guy. Obviously, we'll have to throw in picks and prospects, whichever. So the Rangers are also interested. We're going to go ahead and offer him $11.9 million for the next 6 years. I don't even know how much money that is.
That would be 71.4.
Siri tells me it's $71.4 million in the books. Jack Hughes definitely getting paid. The thing I like about Hughes is already 89 overall, 22 years old. He's going to grow, especially on a young, talented team like this. Please come to Ottawa. You know what? 11.95. Let's do this thing. Sign on the dotted line, Jack. Please. Our future. Come on, Jack Hughes. Please. Please sign with our team. Now, another thing I'm really interested in is to see where everyone else goes. Like, who's going to sign Mikko Rantanen, Nathan McKinnon, Sean Monahan? Who's going to get these guys and for how much? Like, we could see, like, oh God, I don't even know. Like, say, who's got a really good personal line? Let's say, like, the Stars go after Mikko Rantanen. They have, like, Rantanen, Jamie Benn, and Tyler Seguin. That'd be gross. Or, like, whoever gets Patrick Kane, like, that's going to make them immediately a contender. So this is not only a franchise-altering episode, but it's a National Hockey League-altering episode. There is so many stars going to be on brand-new teams. So I think with $12 million pretty much tied up, we don't really have a whole lot of extra money to work with. We don't need to sign anyone because our team's pretty much ready to go. The only thing I'm concerned about is our middle pairing top 4. Krug. I would love to get a guy like Torrey Krug. Unfortunately, we just do not have the cap. It sucks, but it is what it is. He had 222 shots last year. Damn. 47 points. So he's a consistent 45, 55 point guy, almost a 60 point guy. He's a beast. I would love to get a vet. I know we have a really young defensive core, and I know Thomas Chabot's like 27. I would love to bring in a guy who's like 29, 30, 31, 32 at the oldest. Maybe kind of just teach those young kids how to play in the NHL. Maybe guys who have Stanley Cups already, like, yes, you guessed it, Torrey Krug. He's got 2 cups just in this franchise mode. The Bruins won it twice. So, oh my God, Manderveld, a first, and Zetterberg for Bo Horvat and Martinez. Okay, Vancouver, what are you talking about here? You want to give up Bo Horvat, who I would love to get, 87 overall. Obviously, Vancouver bias, very strong here, but almost 5 straight 60-point campaigns, obviously 59 there. He is the perfect second line center, exactly what we need, but I'm not going to go after Bo Horvat because that means we have to give up Manderville and a first. Now, we do get to strengthen up our defensive core with Martinez. However, he is 35, which I'm not super pumped on, so I'm going to say no, Vancouver. Okay, here we go. Jack Hughes. He's taking his time. I'm going to guess he's going to sign on the 5th. I know guys usually take their time. I am very interested to see if he's going to sign and when. Come on, Hughes. Here it is, the 5th. Oh my God, he's taking his sweet time. Almost a week. Come on, Jack Hughes. There you go. Welcome to Ottawa, Canada. Multiple morale changes for signing Jack Hughes. The boys are pumped on Hughes. There you go. Forrest. No, I'm not looking to trade him. Mission accomplished. Jack Hughes is a Ottawa Senator. I like that we've built through free agency and the draft. We haven't made that many super big blockbuster trades. I mean, Anthony Mantha was pretty big, but I mean, for the most part, we've spent a lot of money in free agency, and it's kind of a new approach. I haven't really done that. So what I'm going to do here is, because I'm interested to see if Johnny Tyconic is going to grow. If he grows into like an 84, great. I am going to throw him on the trade block because I would like to potentially, ooh my God, look at Jack Hughes, baby. Holy, oh my God, I'm so pumped on that. So we're gonna go ahead and throw him on the trade block. I'm also going to edit up the trade block so I can get some more offers, and then I'm also not opposed to trading our first for this year. Now, we've pretty much lived on our first round picks, but this year we're gonna be a good team. So maybe if we need to really upgrade our top 4, we can use that first round as a pretty big trading chip for whichever team is trying to part ways with a top 4 defenseman. So we can look at that at the start of the year. I'm gonna wait probably, I guess, 10 days, and then we'll see who signed who, and we'll have a look around the NHL, because this new look NHL is about to be crazy. Mikko Rantanen, Nathan McKinnon, they're all gone. They're all on brand new teams. So let's see who is still in the free agency pool, and with the money we have, I don't really know if we can sign anyone. So Tarasenko and Kane are still available. Now, Torrey Krug, man, he wants 6 years though. That's the problem, and we do have $4 million bucks. So I would be interested in Krug at like 2 years at like $6 million per. That means we have to dump $2 million in cap. Now, with that being said, the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we trade Johnny Tyconic right now. Now, if we trade him for whatever, we get rid of that $3.5 million cap hit he has, and then we go try to sign a guy like Torrey Krug, and he says no, then we're out of a top 4 defenseman. So that's why I kind of want to wait. We're going to have a look, and we're going to wait to see where everyone signs and with who, and then we'll go ahead and make up our mind about our potential trade. But I want to wait to see until more of these players sign, and then I will show you guys where everyone ends up. So we're 19 days into the free agency period, and who's still available? Tarasenko, Kane, and Point. So all 3 of them are still available. Okay, well, we might have to wait a little while. Okay, so Ryan Merkley, this is the guy that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The Bruins are coming at him with an offer. We can get a third right now for Ryan Merkley. Now, he doesn't have anywhere to play. He's NHL ready. I don't have any room for him at all. I think I'm going to let him walk. I think we're not going to match the offer sheet. We're going to take the third. He's way too good for the American Hockey League. He's going to be a top 6 guy in the NHL. I just don't want to waste him anymore because he's going to be 23, I think, this year. So hopefully he does well in Boston. I'm going to take the 3rd round pick. He literally has like a smidge of trade value anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 3rd. Good luck in Boston. That kind of sucks. I really kind of had him planned to be on our team, but unfortunately never really worked out like that because we drafted so many defensemen, and Kane and Tarasenko are still not signed. What the hell? So Johnny Tyconic and a 3rd for Nikita Zaitsev and a 2nd. Okay, let's see what Nikita Zaitsev is looking like here from Toronto. Now, he's only 77 overall. Now, is that because his morale is down? I don't think he's actually that good. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, he's really not worth Johnny Tyconic, so I'm going to say no, but there is a defenseman from Toronto that I would really, really like to get, and his name is not a goalie. He's not a goalie. He's a defenseman. He is Timothy Liljegren. Now, I would love to get Timothy Liljegren. Now, the thing I like about him is that he's 24, medium elite. He's still potentially going to grow. And look at this contract, 4.8 for 3 years. So I had this in the back of my mind. Maybe we could make something work. Now, they want Johnny Tyconic. I'd have to offer up at least a first. Let's see here. So let's see if we can make this work. So let's give up our first, Johnny Tyconic, which they don't want. They don't want our first, but they seem to want Johnny Tyconic. Now, one thing about Toronto is that they don't have a goalie. They literally have Darcy Kemper, and that's that. You know what we have? Kind of an embarrassment of riches between the pipes, because Lundstrom, medium franchise, that's right. Now, he's not going to be NHL ready for a few years, but we have Burrows, who could slide in as maybe he's at least one more year away, but he has a lot of trade value, and they seem to want him. Now, we could probably run with, oh God, it's kind of weak. I might have to go sign another goalie in free agency to be the starter. But I like Burrows, but he's, again, kind of a lottery win for us. We got him in the 4th round. He's kind of just free money. Yeah, it's great, but talk about a lottery win with Lundstrom. I don't know why they want Burrows over Lundstrom, or he's the more established goalie because he is closer to the NHL. So we could really make something work here with Toronto. Now, obviously, I'd have to get something as well. What do you got? What do you guys got for me? So they get a stud goalie for the future. All they got to do is wait one more year, and then they're getting a sick goalie. But what do you guys got for me? All right, what do you got? We gotta have a look at this Bruin guy who was one of the first, he was a top 5 pick. I remember this guy. I wanted him to go to the Bruins, but we're not really interested in another defenseman. Svenberg, Nicholas Svenberg, who's a 2nd round pick, another center. So maybe we want to stay away from the centers here. We got Norm Summers here, who's low elite 7th round. So that's kind of cool, but he's a few years away, which isn't a bad thing. We got Yona Cochran here, who isn't that bad. Maybe we could throw him into the trade here, spice it up a little bit. Now, this is a lot. I think I'm going to have to get a little bit more, maybe a pick, maybe give me a 2nd, so I can have 2 seconds for this year, and you get my 1st. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do. So this seems kind of even. Even then, it still looks like it's in our favor here. Maybe I could just do, hold on here, let me think. Maybe I could get rid of the 1st and then just do something like this. Pretty much trade Burrows for Timothy Liljegren and then Tyconic for Cochran. It's still in our favor, though. I'd probably have to get a pick out of this. Let's just see. All right, let's just start high. Let's go with a 2nd and a 3rd. Okay, let's start high here. Let's start the price real high, and then we'll see here. So, Timothy Liljegren. Now, I've stopped the video a little while ago, and I had a look around the NHL. There's guys like PK Subban. But the thing is with PK Subban is he's 34 years old. He's got 3 years left at $6 million. Don't really want to get into that sort of cap situation. Another one was Dougie Hamilton. Now, I spent like half an hour trying to do this, so I basically cut it out from the entire video because nothing came of it. Dougie Hamilton is a guy who I really wouldn't mind picking up as well, but his trade value was a little bit too high. Again, the thing I like about Timothy Liljegren is that he's still young, and he's 24, is that right? Yeah, 24. He has had some pretty good years. I mean, 30 points last year as a rookie. Kind of had that sophomore slump this year with 22, but I'm thinking if we play him correct top 4 minutes, he's going to be money for us. So let's see. We're going to part ways with Burrows, which is unfortunate, so we have to find something in free agency for the American Hockey League, but a 2nd and a 3rd, they really want Burrows. Trade rejected. Okay, that's good. We can start chipping away at this. How about just a 2nd? Trade rejected. It's just a bit low for us. So what if I just made it a 3rd? Basically just made it a 3rd. All right, I got to win a little bit here. I got to get a pick out of this because Burrows has a ton of value. I know Timothy Liljegren does as well, but I want to get another good prospect for the American Hockey League here. So will this go through with the 3rd? Trade accepted. I am happy your counter proposal is still in line with the objective of the Toronto Maple Leafs, so we accept. I'm glad to see you appreciate the fine art of trade negotiations. Absolutely. There you go. Welcome to the team, Timothy Liljegren. 24 years old. Oh, you guys are upset for trading away a quality player? You think he's quality? Come on, Timothy Liljegren is miles ahead of Johnny Tyconic. Getting that 84 overall is huge. Now, I really don't think he's going to grow into anything more than an 82, 83 overall guy. Now, what's fun is that we get to potentially have more of a rivalry now with Toronto, and they're coming at us again with another trade. A second, no, I'm good. Now, the biggest thing about that trade is that we got to keep our first, which I'm super pumped on. Now, let's have a look at Habibulin here from Anaheim, just because I saw he was on the trade block, just to see. 77 overall. Oh man, I knew this guy was going to be a steal at number 6, but obviously we went with Manderville. We definitely have to slow some games against the Ducks, that's for sure. Let's see if these guys are even signed yet. Late in August, come on. Okay, so all the big guns are now gone. So let's have a look around the NHL. We'll see who signed who. Let's see. So the Pittsburgh Penguins get Ottawa GM mode legend Jonas Korpisalo. All right, there you go. Looking to see some big ones here. So the Rangers got Torrey Krug at a 1-year deal for 4.5. I was ready to pay like $6 million bucks. Damn. Okay, well, wait out long enough and you get a steal. Patrick Kane signs with the Devils and Tarasenko signs with the Sharks. Holy, okay, so we got to go ahead here and write down the Devils. We got to go ahead and have a look at their team and the Sharks. Damn. So the Devils are going to have Hall and Kane and Duchesne and Nico Hischier. Oh my God. So the Bruins got Ryan O'Reilly. That's kind of fun. The Blue Jackets get Evgeny Malkin. So there you go. The Capitals got Eric Stahl. Where's the big guys? Where's Nathan McKinnon? Where's Mikko Rantanen? That's what I want to see. The Islanders get Johnny Quick. The Jackets get Orlov. St. Louis gets Joe Pavelski. The Vegas Golden Knights get Milan Lucic. And I'm all the way at the very bottom almost. Come on. I can't even see it. Oh my God, they signed. They signed before I could see it. So I'm going to have to go ahead and have a look around the NHL and see where these guys signed. Now, since we traded away Burrows, I got to go ahead and get a guy to start in the American Hockey League because obviously our franchise guy isn't quite going to be ready for starting minutes. So we're going to go ahead and sign Gravel here, who's 23. His potential is a medium backup, so he could turn into something. He is 23 years old, so he is pretty young. I was looking at everyone here, and he was the youngest with the best potential. I mean, there's even this guy, but either way, they're both kind of the exact same thing. So there you go, Gravel. Hopefully he signs, and then we are all good to go. Here's just a bunch of scouts that I've signed, which is good, but I really hope Nick Suzuki jumps up to at least an 84. If he's at 83, we have that center problem again, and maybe we got to think about moving around Colin White. Gravel, good to go. Welcome to Ottawa, buddy. Jack Hughes is here. That's fun. Now, Buffalo and Ottawa aren't very far apart, but the second that we signed Jack Hughes, I had the Dorito private jet fly into Buffalo, pick him up, any kind of Dorito he wants on the jet. He was pumped up, and he landed in Ottawa the day he inked the contract. It was a beautiful thing. He's excited to be here. I am so excited we finally have that go-to guy, and his name is Jack Hughes, the American hero. All right, so we're keeping our assistants and our captains the exact same with Thomas Chabot, Seth Jones, and Colin White. All good to go, baby. Now, before I look at our lines, I have to do a few things. We're going to skip over the preseason because fog of war, don't need to worry about that. We're also going to send our scout out. I want to do that properly this year, get it all in order before the year starts. And then I also want to have a look at where the hell Mikko Rantanen and where the hell all those other big guys ended up signing, because that could turn the league around. What if Toronto got him? What if you got Austin Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, and Mitch Marner on the exact same line? Like, that's not fair. We got to deal with that now. Leaf fans are just stoked now that I said that. All right, scouts are all ready to go. We'll have a look at this. Maybe if we get some simulation done. I went ahead and I made sure I had every single league covered. It took a few minutes, but I'm glad that I did it. So let's have a look here to see which teams got who. Maybe, okay, so right away, it looks like Mikko Rantanen is one of the big fish, and he went to the Anaheim Ducks. So long gone are the days of Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf. We now got Rantanen, Ricard Raquel, and Elias Lindholm. So I got 2 Swedes and a Finn. I think Lindholm's a Swede, obviously. Yeah, 2 Swedes and a Finn there. There you go. And they got obviously Lucas Giordano, who's that stud from 2021. They got a pretty good squad here, so I guess I got to quickly run through every single team and see what... is this the Seattle Storm Bears? Oh my God, look at this squad. Also, I guess you can kind of see why Buffalo parted ways with Jack Hughes. They're stacked. Ooh, Nathan McKinnon goes to Columbus. Look at that first line. Rupert, who is that stud from 2019, second overall. So I guess oh my God, look at their center depth. What the hell? Pierre-Luc Dubois, Luke Schenn, and Nathan McKinnon. Wow. Okay, so yeah, they're stacked. That's for sure. The Calgary Flames get Jonathan Drouin, so their center depth is stupid. They also got Dylan Larkin, Backlund, and Bjugstad, so yeah, they're all in. Frederick Bang! Jonathan Huberdeau goes to Colorado, so there's another big piece. Oh my God, did I not predict this? I was right. I said the Dallas Stars, if they get a guy like one of the elite guys out there, they're going to be unstoppable. Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn, and Robbie Fabry. My God, watch out, National Hockey League. I'm going to predict 100 points each for these guys. Holy shit. How's Tyler Seguin been doing? He's, oh yeah, just 100 points last year. Yeah, 62 goals, whatever. It is what it is. Jamie Benn, 84 points, and now they add a 90-point guy. Oh my God. Watch out, everyone else. Watch the hell out. Galchenyuk goes to LA. He was one of the big pieces in free agency. For some reason, the Habs won't trade Max Pacioretty, even though he hates playing there. This has been since the start of the franchise mode. The poor guy. And here's New Jersey. Oh my God. Hall, Heischer, and Patrick freaking Kane. Honestly, this line might be better than the Dallas line. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. So Nashville has the other Suzuki, Nick Suzuki and Ryan Suzuki. He's listed as a second liner, 83 overall, so kind of the exact same thing as his brother. So maybe if we play the Nashville Predators, we got to slow sim that game. A little bit of a brother battle here, and there's Tolvanen, just a freak. Thomas Bang. So here's Tarasenko on the San Jose Sharks. The Blues have Forsberg and Wenberg. Oh my God, a couple of Bergs over there in St. Louis, and they got Sean Couturier. Yeah, they're stacked as well. Palat, Stamkos, Kucherov still stay the exact same. Toronto, yeah, just a casual top six. That's okay. So Johnny Tyconic has yet to grow. I had a feeling he wasn't going to grow. Maybe he will. I wish him the best there in Toronto, but I'm pumped that we have Timothy Liljegren on our squad. Never heard of that guy. And the luckiest kid in the entire world, Byron Cole. Enough about the free agents. Let's have a look at our team. Our team status is now champion. All right, so Nick Suzuki, did you grow? Please. He's an 83. Okay, he hasn't grown. We got to fix up the lines here. So what are we going to do with our squad? So this is not how I want it to go. Give me a second and I will change it up. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to simulate 14 games in this episode. We're going to sim 14 games with Hughes on the left wing and then 14 games with Hughes on the second line center. Now with Hughes on the second line center, we are going to be doing just exactly like this, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Or we're going to go Suzuki with Hughes and Radish. Or Tkachuk with Hughes and Radish. Yeah, we're going to put Tkachuk with Hughes and Radish because Nick Suzuki's already getting top 6 with the way the other things are. So for the first 7 games of this year, we are going to go ahead and start like this. And then the other 7, they are going to go the way I just told you. Just to kind of see what we're looking for this year. And then you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments. So Nick Suzuki listed as a third liner. Your brother's listed as a second. What's wrong with you? We're going to play him there. Alex Nylander and then Taylor Radish. That's awesome. And then Tkachuk, Brown, Richie, the other Richie. And then this guy straight out of camp. Fourth liner. He is low elite. Got him. We get him from New Jersey. Did we make a trade with New Jersey or did we get him in free agency? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was free agency though. And then we got Andreas Janssen there. Defensively, Shabbat Jones, Liljegren, Jacob Bernard Docker, the Nard Dog, Lucas Hirsch, and then Glenn Sumal. So that definitely strengthens up our middle pairing. Now the thing is, Jacob Bernard Docker didn't grow, but he puts up numbers. 39 goals in the A, 16 in his rookie year. So that's why I want to wait and see if he's going to really feed off Timothy Liljegren. Or you know what, for this 7-game thing, we're also going to do this. After the first 7, we're going to put Lucas Hirsch with Timothy Liljegren, have a look at our record, individual points, all that good stuff, and we're ready to go. But there's another problem. There's always a but with Ottawa. You guys know this, and the but is our scratches. We have Lars Benstrom, who we drafted in the 6th round, 35th overall in 2020. He is really good, 82 overall, 21 years old. He is a stud. Now, what do we do with him? Do we keep him scratched for the first 14 games, or I think we should actually send him down. Same thing with Forrest as well. He's not quite NHL ready, so I can send him down. I mean, he is listed as a depth forward, so I guess he's kind of ready. But let's just get through this little 14-game stint here because I want to see what's going to go on. Actually, Forrest is probably... Oh, man, we have too many fourth liners now. Forrest should probably play the fourth line center position because he has 79 faceoffs. He is a center, but we got our grinder here who I really like, Andrew Agostinho, who I really like. He has 72 faceoffs. But then that means either we got to get rid of... That means we got to get rid of Brett Ritchie, which I don't want to do. See, this is where you guys really need to come in here. Brett Ritchie or Andreas Janssen. Both of these things I don't want to do. So I'm going to send them both down, and then for the next episode, you guys can let me know what the hell we should do. Benstrom pretty much has to play in the NHL. Unfortunately, it just doesn't fit right now. So here's how the AHL team is looking. We're going to go... Best lines. Now, Manderveld, obviously, he's not quite NHL ready. We kind of knew that going into this, so he's going to go play alongside of Batherson and Riley. And then we got Formanton, we got Forrest, and we got Cale Anderson. Now, Cale Anderson was like 49 overall when we drafted him, if you guys remember that. So he's growing fast. AHL team looking good. And then in the cage, Gravel and Lundstrom. Let's get this year started. Let's go. So the 7th game of this year is going to be against the Ducks. Now, we're definitely going to slow sim that game against Toronto, the return of Timothy Liljegren, Hockey Night in Canada. First things first, we got to see how Jack Hughes is going to play in his first game. I want him to get off to a good start here. We're in the Big Apple. Let's go. The start of the NHL year. This is the year. We are win now, baby. Let's go. First period. 0-0. Period number 2. All right, 1-1. Brady Tkachuk and Toivu Teravainen. All right, it's a very close game. Shots are super even. Hopefully, that's a big kill. That's a big kill. Another kill. Who's taking all these penalties? Come on. Come on. 1-1 here, and Nick Suzuki, yeah, baby. Second liner, absolutely. Nick Suzuki gets on the score sheet, beats Tristan Jarry. We have 2 former Penguins between the pipes, Jarry and obviously Matt Murray, and Nick Suzuki with the game-winning goal in game number 1. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Tkachuk and Suzuki get us on the score sheet. Let's go here all the way up to Toronto. I'm going to keep track of our goals scored, of our goals against. We're going to do a short little 14 game little experiment here. 5-4 win, that's what I'm talking about. Up against the Wings here. Probably could have slow sim this one, but since we're kind of in a rush, this video is already pretty long. Another big win there. I want to make sure it doesn't go too long. Oh my god, we're killing it right now. We are killing it. 4-0. Hockey Night in Canada. John Cherry on the mic. He's loving the move of Jack Hughes. A good American kid. You love to see it. Coming to Ottawa, Canada, where real hockey's played. Let's go. First period up against Toronto. Hockey Night in Canada. The return of Timothy Liljegren. We're out shooting him like crazy, but it's a 0-0 contest going into the second. Oh my god. 4-1. Brady Tkachuk. Colin White. Oh my god, they started Burrows. Okay, so they started Burrows. He's like what, like mid-60s, 70 overall? I don't even remember. I know he's not NHL ready though. Brady Tkachuk, Colin White, Andreas Janssen, and Thomas Chabot. 4-1. Johnny Tyconic, where you at, buddy? Where you at? Nick Suzuki, the best second liner in GM mode history. Okay, maybe we can tone that back a little bit, but Nick Suzuki gets us on the score sheet. 30-21 are the shots. We are up 5-2. Philippe Degnaud scores there. He goes from Montreal to Toronto. Okay, William Nylander. What's going on here? What's going on? We started our backup, John Tavares. Hello? No? Come on. 3 goals in like less than 5 minutes. Come on. Oh my god, Jack Hughes with the empty netter. We almost blew it there. Oh my god. Gustafsson gets the start and we almost blew it. Whew. That was a little bit nerve-wracking. So we are 5-0, off to a blazing start here with Jack Hughes. Now I am interested to see the point situation as well, because again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I said I wanted to do this little experiment up against Avery Fitzmaurice, and we lose. They snap our winning streak. We're 5-1 up against the Ducks, who are 1-3 with Mikko Rantanen. We beat them last week, and we beat them a week later in overtime. There you go. We're 6-1. All right, not a bad start, boys. Not bad at all. And Colin White, up to his old tricks, 5-5, 10 points in 7 games. Not a bad start, fellas. Not a bad start at all. So here's how it breaks down. Jack Hughes has 7 points in 7 games. That's awesome. Thomas Chabot, 9 and 7. Atta boy. Colin White, 10 points in 7 games. We got Anthony Mantha with 7, so a lot of point per game guys here. Brady Tkachuk with 4 goals in his first 7 games. Jones has 6. Nick Suzuki's got 5. That's awesome. All right, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good right now. Nylander has yet to find the back of the net, but he's got 4 apples. We know he's an assist guy. Jacob Bernard Docker's got 4. Andreas Jansson's got 2. Timothy Liljegren's only got 1, but he does have the +2, which is all right. Have a look at the tendies here, and then I'll change up the lines, and then we'll do another 7 games. So, I mean, everyone's playing really, really well right now. That one game we started Gustafsson against the Leafs, we almost blew it, but there's that. Yeah, let's actually compare here with Toronto. Let's just see, just for fun, let's quickly see how Johnny Tyconic's doing. Also, Caleb Burrows, 74 overall, being thrown to the Wolves. Poor guy over there in Toronto. So Tyconic's got 2 goals in 7 games, so obviously they won that trade, confirmed. So here's a look at everything. I'm just writing it all down here. PK is 84%. Our power play is 14, so we definitely want to work on that. Goals against, we've only allowed 19 goals, but scored 25. And it looks like we are second in the NHL with 12 points. The Philadelphia Flyers off to a blazing start, 7-0. Let me adjust the lines, get another 7 games done, and we'll see what's up. But obviously from the first 7, why would I change anything? I think that might be the way to go, is having Jack Hughes on the first line. So we're going to go like this, Colin White on the second line, which I don't really want to do, but we're going to do that, and then we're going to go for another 7 games. I know if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it looked really good after the first 7 games there, but maybe something's gonna give here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll be against the Golden Knights, and of course we're gonna slow sim the game against the Buffalo Sabres, the return of Jack Hughes. So I've already wrote down everyone's stats here. Let's see if we can start strong. 5-2, baby. There you go. Up against the Wing. Sorry, I just had a coughing attack there. I actually skipped over these 2 games. I started to cough and I couldn't stop. 3-1 win there against the Detroit Red Wings. I feel like I was gonna die there. Actually, I don't know what was going on, but a big win there against the Devils. We actually probably should have slow simmed that one, because obviously that's the team with now Patrick Kane and the nastiest first line in the entire NHL. But so far we are 3-0 up against the Buffalo Sabres. We are 9-1. We are just killing it right now. The game's been pretty close, but we are on fire. Going up against Buffalo, the return of Jack Hughes. Anthony Mantha starts it off with a big goal against Devan Dubnyk. Going into the second, Colin White and Brett Ritchie. Going into the third, we get 2 more. Nylander finds the score sheet twice, and we beat the Buffalo Sabres 5-2. Nylander, White, Mantha, the former NWA line. It's now split up, but they're still doing good things over there. Let's see if Jack Hughes got any points even. Where is he? Where is he? Jack Hughes held off the score sheet, 17 minutes of ice, 2 shots on net, but unfortunately no points for Jack Hughes in his return to Ottawa. But we've yet to lose. We are 10-1. My bad, actually. The 7th game is actually against the Hawks, so it's not against the Vegas Golden Knights. But I do want to slow sim this game against Dallas. Talk about Battle of the Titans, the beasts going at it. Even with Philly right there, actually, they were tops of the NHL, but unfortunately we lose 6-1. We got handled there. But 2 teams have a lot of offensive power here. Let's go. The 10-2 Sens versus the 8-4-1 Dallas Stars. They obviously made some huge additions here, so let's go. First period, and it's 0-0. Okay, 2 teams that know how to score held off the sheet. Going into the second, 3-1. Brady Tkachuk, Taylor Radish, and Jack Hughes, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Going into the third, nothing else happens, but there you go. That's a big victory. All right, one more game in this little quick experiment, and it doesn't really tell me much, because if we win this, we had the exact same record, so I don't know what to do. Up against the Hawks here, trying to go 12-2-1, and we do it. There's 14 games in the books, and we were both 6-1 throughout those 7 games. It doesn't matter where Colin White plays. I'm saying it right here. The guy is a legend. Absolutely. 19 points in 14 games. He has 9 points in his last 7. So first line, second line, doesn't really matter. Hughes now getting the first line minutes. Kind of struggled a little bit. 4 points in 7 games. So maybe he prefers the wing. Doesn't look like Nick Suzuki really minds either. He had 5 points last time. He now has 9. So 4 points in his last 7. Not that bad at all. Alex Nylander's got 9. So that's kind of good for him. Found the score sheet a little bit. I guess his only goals came in that one game. Radish had 8 points in his last 7 games. So he's really enjoying having Colin White on his line. But 19 points for Colin White doesn't really seem to matter. Guy's a beast. So we scored 22 goals in those 7 games. Only allowed 14. So we've allowed less goals, but scored less. We had 25 and 19 goals against in the first 7 games. So interesting. We scored less, but allowed less. And then the first time we scored more, but allowed a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of a weird little test, but I mean, I think we should go back to the way it was, having Colin White and Jack Hughes on a line together, because I think that's just the way it should be. And Nick Suzuki is actually starting out the year pretty damn good. So, you know what? I'm just going to go back to what it was. We're going to go you there, you there. Kachuk's happy playing anywhere. Guy's a beauty. You right there, good to go. Nope, you right there. There you go. Perfect. That's all good, fun, and dandy. AHL team, still all good to go. Now, a few things I want to do. Now, I'd like to continue this winning streak a little bit, and maybe we have a rivalry game coming up. Doesn't look like it, but I'm just going to go until we lose. If we lose here against the Knights, I'm stopping it. If we win, we're keep on the winning train. Fortin for Sod? No, not happening. There you go, another win. All right, we're keeping the win train going here up against the Montreal Canadiens. If we win, we keep going. If we lose, we stop. Up against the Habs. And of course, a trade. Connor Sherry, not interested. Another win. 14-2-0. Can't stop, won't stop. Up against the Arizona Coyotes and Clayton Keller. Another trade. Nope. And another win. All right. Keep the trades coming. Keep the W's coming. 15-2-0. Up against Patrick Laine. Okay, we got a trade. Nope, not interested. Give me a win, not a trade. Another win, 16-2. You can't write this kind of shit. Oh my God. 16-2-0. Up against the Hawks, they have Frederick Bang. We got a trade. I'm going to decline. And okay, there's the loss. Finally, we lose a game. I was getting tired of all the wins. 16-3-0. Unbelievable. What a start for the Ottawa Senators. Holy. Colin White seemed to slow down a little bit, but not by a whole lot. 24 points. I know I got to end this video off. I want to check out the prospects as well, so I got a few things to do here. Yeah, Jack Hughes loves playing first line left wing. We're going to keep it that way. Matter if I change him over to a left winger, or should I just keep him as a centerman and just say whatever? Look at all of our points right now. Everyone's clicking. It's a beautiful day. You love to see it. Jacob Bernard Docker, the Nard Dog, St. Bernard, has 8 and 19. Yeah, it's awesome. You love to see it. Glenn Sumal, still doing Glenn Sumal things. Timothy Liljegren, only 3 points, but he is a +8, and we're winning a ton of games, so I'm good with that. Matt Murray, can someone say Vezina? So here's a look around the NHL, and oh my God, Ehlers, Laine, Mark Scheifele, 29 points apiece throughout the first 19 games. Tyler Seguin, no Jamie Benn. Okay, so none of the new guys making huge impacts yet. Who's this guy? Akil Thomas? Okay, sure. Chubarov, no. Wow, okay, interesting. There's no Patrick Kane, none of the big guys. Whoa, Robbie Fabry, okay, he's got 19 points in 19 games. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so there's Patrick Kane, there's Frederick Bang, and then Jack Hughes all have 17 points. Nathan McKinnon, there you go. So, I mean, definitely some studs around the NHL here. Any crazy stud rookies? Cameron Hills, apparently, 23 years old. Sure. There you go, 12 points in 20 games. Habib Boulin, not that Habib Boulin. Okay, so Ryan Merkley is finally getting iced in the NHL. He's got 8 points in his first 16 games. Attaboy. I'm glad to see that. All right, the last thing we're going to do in this video, I know it was kind of a long one. We're going to go ahead and check out the draft class, see if there's any franchise players available. Doesn't look like it, so a couple of elites. All right, let's go through it here. Patrick Repik, he is the consensus first. He's a defenseman, so another defenseman potentially going #1. Similar style. Victor Hedman, he's yeah, he looks like a beast. Heavy slap shot, great puck mover, shutdown ability, no weaknesses on him. So there's him. #2, Cale Jacobs, another defenseman. So again, it's the year of the defenseman. Looks like we have kind of a shutdown two-way guy in Victor Hedman. And then we got a guy, Cale Jacobs, who's PK Subban-like. He's got more of the offensive side, so there's that. Another defenseman, so the top three are all D. Brandon Ricci, he's a defensive defenseman, similar style Mark-Edward Vlasic. Funny, he's got most goals out of all of them, and he's the shutdown guy, so that's kind of weird. And then Niittymaki here, he is the best center available. There you go. So we got another defenseman here going 5. So yeah, it is the year of the defenseman, that's for sure. This guy's being scouted, so we'll get more info on all these guys after. Any gems early on that we can maybe target? Let's have a look. So just a couple of busts, so stay away from these guys. Duly noted. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We are first in the NHL by a mile. The only team with 30 points. We got 32. Quite an episode. This is definitely a franchise-altering one. I will see you guys in the next one where we hopefully continue to destroy the National Hockey League. Oh, hey, if you didn't know, Jack Hughes is an Ottawa Senator.